Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful, empowered harmonizers. We're zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer question, and that is Peace and Harmony. What are some tools for outsmarting the female psychopath? So at this time, I want to sort of bring up a concept that I think is, I have in developing a number of different tools for recovery and surrender when it comes to moving through a very hurtful or damaging or destructive or ruinous relationship with someone who is psychopathic or malignant narcissistic. Particularly when it comes back to owning your reality, owning your authenticity, your I am, especially as you surrender from the feelings of guilt, surrender the feelings of obligation, and surrender the feelings of fear that will demark oftentimes these sort of negative anchoring emotions that will keep you stuck, lethargic, feeling in the blues, feeling the woeful, feeling in the funk. So this is, what you're going through. You have a large community of others to go through. So with you here. And, unfortunately, if you have not encountered this sort of manipulation, this sort of conning, then you won't really understand what it's like to be on the receiving end. You don't understand the transfiguration of communication. You don't understand how things are engineered to play and right into the hand of the psychopath and out of your hand. You don't understand the insatiable need for power, dominance, notoriety, and control, especially as it relates to hurting and ruining others as a result of their progress. So usually there's other people that you will see in their past that they have thrown under the bus, they have relationship issues with, and not just because people, were no good for them. We're talking about usually there's a string of people who they have abandoned, who it does not work. So you have to realize then that you have to restore a sense of credibility in yourself. I would think part of the problem with being targeted by a female psychopath is the feeling that you are, in air quotes, incredible or not credible, not to be believed, not trustworthy. And so there is this feeling of death of the ego, death of the I am. Basically, and if you're going through that death, that unequivocally feels like you are losing something or somebody. Not that you're a loser, but you really do feel like you are experiencing a loss. A loss of a relationship with self, which is really one of the more painful experiences you can go through. You can break up with people. You can have, heartbreak. You can have other woes. But when you are really taught to dislike or not believe in and not embrace yourself, this really creates a host of problems for a person in their life. So not just in the context of where the relationship is, but it will lap over and spill over into all other areas of life. So people then find that they go through periods of instability, emotionality, emotional hurt, disorientation, and you're not feeling credible. In other words, there is such a grief that it overwhelms everything else. You're just looking out through rainy glasses all the time. It's very, very painful. So realizing and what this is, that this is just because of how they manipulate, how they con, how they deceive, and really very much because they take a degree, I would say, of reward of being in control of others. Now, me, myself, I don't experience that. I experience a sense of reward from helping others, but I don't get that reward from controlling others. In other words, after every interaction, I'm polishing my fingers and I'm going, oh wow, aren't I great? In other words, there's a mutual satisfaction from helping others versus from a narcissist or a psychopath, there's only their self-satisfaction that they get from the relationship. And in fact, I would say it has to be imbalanced. It has to be asymmetrical. If you are getting equal to or more than them, they will make sure that that does not happen. They are relying on this sense of control and power and domination, which really requires for you, if they can cause you to feel grief, despair, dismay, upset, confusion. Do you see how they're controlling you from afar? And then harboring these negative statements will give an adverse reward that keeps you bonded to the source of the pain. So there's this very excruciating payoff that people get, which oftentimes is the hope of restoring or healing the relationship. And then usually that is then, I would say, processed cerebrally as if there is some closure or coming together with terms and then making amends. However, if this other person feels that you are, viewed in light of your vulnerabilities, in light of your deficits, in light of your normalcy, in spite of your being ordinary, and them feeling like they are ultra, like they are superior, like they are better than, and then they're always going to remind you of it and polish their fingers. What was the old guy or girl would do that if they think they're too cool for school, that they are always looking out, they're always looking good from your accomplishments. There's this really insidious pain and psychological twisting that does occur. So I would say a good tool to restore your sense of strength is using the credibility jar. You really do need a visual. You really do need kinesthetic physical healing at the subconscious and unconscious level to heal from this very insidious, painful type of abuse. In other words, what are the inputs in your environment around you that are priming the subconscious to feel and behave in a specific way? If you are harboring these inputs, you are incredible, you are ludicrous, you are ridiculous, whatever all the negativity is. You don't know where you're coming from, all the insidious, jabs. So if you're playing this, then you are just re-solidifying and marking and as those feelings and thoughts, the neurons wire and fire together, and then they take up more areas of the brain. So it doesn't liberate you to feel or do different things. So it just sort of speeds up on its own. It continues repetition and experience. So it just makes it even stronger. And then this becomes like an automatic process. Just like you don't have to think when you brush your teeth. You don't have to say go up, go down, smaller, This then becomes an automatic process of feeling negative, down, depression, apathetic, and that you don't have credibility or worth. So you have to develop and understand what your worth is and how you really have sort of displaced it or given it away to a power which seeks to override and dominate you and not allow you to see, feel, be, and experience your truth, your purpose, your passion, what is liberating. This is not to be tolerated. This is not accepted or supported. This is just, there is a lack of empathy. So the credibility jar, if you can take any big jar, preferably a glass jar or a plastic container. I have a big bowl here, which is like a glass bowl. You can do a bowl for yourself. You can do a jar, like if you have a clear jar that you got like chocolates in. I get this big container, or have like different teas or pretzels, one of those big jars. And you then, every time you catch yourself using the role of metacognition, the ability to think about what you're thinking about, you then find yourself, I'm giving up my power right now. I'm reducing how I feel about myself, my sense of self-worth and credibility. Every time you find yourself giving that away or giving more credibility to that abuser, get, so get that jar and then get some single dollars, some coins, some $5, whatever it is you have. And every time you find yourself feeling the pangs and the woes of being, or the recurring thoughts, I want you to say, that's not true, and put in $1, a coin, a 5, a 20 into your credibility jar so you can see it build and grow. And then say, I caught myself. I am credibility. I am credible. I am lovable. I am good. And I want you to put it in. And then every time, you catch yourself, go, oh, I caught myself again. I am credible. I am lovable. I am good. I am amazing. I am wonderful. I am magnificent. I am strong. I am happy. The other stuff, that was the lie. And build your credibility jar. Keep it in a sacred space. Keep it in your kitchen. Keep it in your bedroom. I don't care where it is, but you need to have visual reminders for owning your truth. You need to be able to then surrender the feelings that you have created, promulgated, reinforced in your body, the anxiety. And so that is what's running the show. If you find that your body is running the show, you're anxious, you're triggered, you're experiencing post-traumatic stress syndrome to a degree that's causing impairment in your life, then you need to build up your credibility and your okayness with yourself. Building up the credibility jar will keep a track and a history for you that will be able to accumulate. Or if you don't want to do that, do a credibility notebook, and just make a mark, or make a heart, or make something every time you catch yourself giving away your power. Put a check mark. I am good. I am strong. I am lovable. I am credible. I am trustworthy. I am reliable. I am warm. I have a great heart. Remind to refresh and jog your internal dialogue with these positives and live it in the flow. So then take this new positive feeling, nurture it like a tiny little seed that is in your hand, that's very delicate, very gentle, that you need to be conscious and sensitive and aware to. I am keeping you warm, little seed. I am watering you, little seed. I will watch you grow, little seed. I will be here to look out for you, little seed. Talk to yourself with those sort of gentle words, like the faith of a little mustard seed, but think of another little seed like a little pea or a lima bean that's just like a golden seed that's put into your hand and it's going to grow. Begin in the magic of healing once again. Believe in your own credibility. Believe in your own happiness. Believe in your own success. And you have to get that feeling and then prime the subconscious mind for that. And surround yourself with images, feelings, and experiences that reinforce that. In other words, I am credible. And then, dressing such, eating as such, drinking nice drinks as such, soothing your, all of your senses with such, including your higher awareness. How are you nurturing yourself? How are you either taking a detour into worry, or are you rerouting yourself back to peace, back to center, back to focus? It doesn't mean that you have to be so happy that you're jumping off the ceiling. It doesn't mean that you have to be living a fantasy life, similar to what you felt was promised to you or promulgated, or that you thought was illusion. Realize that the reality will be far superior than any sort of worry that you have been, cultivating. The worry is really one of the more worthless emotions. I will never forget a very good soul really told me that, and said that worry is really one of the most worthless emotions. So realize that what is truly worrying you in your life, and what real outcome do you have from that? Begin to understand the role of your feelings. Begin to understand the role of your emotions. Begin to understand the role of what you pay attention to and how you feed meaning into that subconscious, that powerful part of yourself. And how are you deriving that and creating your internal climate? Because you really do set the barometric pressure. You really do set the temperature. You set the lighting. You set the climate. You set the length of the days and the nights. So begin then to, feed your eyes with then what is reinforcing and brings a sense of strength and serenity and credibility to you. Are there images that you like to see? Images from a computer, or painted, or drawn in pencil, or that are blueprints, or that are buildings, or that are people. What are some images that you can get and move around so that you can then feed and prime the subconscious, that you're surrounding yourself not only with what is supportive to you, but also make sure that you surround yourself with like-minded people so you can then share the faith. You can share the belief. You don't have to be around people who are like vacuums, who are trying to take it all for themselves, who are there to ostracize, throw under the bus, criticize, and make you incredible, not trustworthy, not given a chance or an opportunity. There is not possibility there. There is possibility when you take control and then prime your subconscious with images, feelings, sounds, situations, deliberately designed to strengthen and reinforce and nurture and develop yourself, like you're courting yourself, as if you're romancing yourself, as if you're, bringing yourself into the alignment with what truly feels good, what you truly are gaining new awareness and learning from each day, so that you're opening up that energy and that opportunity to branch out. The relationship with the female psychopath, that will be very limiting. It will be very damaging. You will find yourself struggling to get out of under a pile of wreckage. You will find yourself wondering why you're feeling diminutive and you're not sort of in alignment with your happiness. Reclaim your happiness. Put on music that is conducive to the credibility. So you've got images, you've got music, 432 hertz. Maybe you find that you're completely changing your taste of music, no longer listening to that anymore. Instead, you're listening to 432 hertz music. You're listening to meditation. You're listening to drumming. You're listening to flutes. You're listening to very gentle nature sounds, something that's more conducive to relaxation rather than fostering an illusion or a fantasy that's just going to break you down and causing you disturbance. What are you eating and what are you drinking that isn't reinforcing of your priming of your subconscious mind? Are you eating out of nice plateware? Are you eating out of nice drinkware? Do you have, some new silverware? What can you do to change up the color of your dishes, or the, changing up of your beverages that you drink? Maybe go from coffee, take it down to some traditional Marsala chai, get some hot chocolate, get some green tea, get some of the other herbal apothecaries, get something different. Stop the stagnation and just change it up. Peace and harmony, I don't know if I'll like it. Well, you have to, get yourself out of your comfort zone and write these things down. Write something down on your refrigerator. I have a great life. And put a big smile and get it cut out from a magazine. Go to your grocery store, go to your gas station and get some magazines. Travel magazines, architecture magazines, fitness, whatever it is. Maybe you like to bead, maybe you like gardening, maybe, or maybe, I don't know if you can go to the library, but get some magazines. Maybe get a magazine subscription for yourself. Find a deal and have these puppies delivered, or something with some images, and then cut out a big picture. If you're still looking to attract a mate, what does this person look like? Or just someone you might find in the magazine that looks like them or has the characteristics. Put this up on your refrigerator and begin to gaze on it. This is the type of person I would love to attract, and so it is, and so it will be. And also, I also believe of having a mentor, selecting a mentor for yourself. Who do you look up to? 1 through 10, if you could just write it off right away without even thinking of it, where's your pen and paper? Who are the top 10 people you really look up to, respect, and admire? It doesn't matter if it's a movie star, an artist, religious figure, past, present, future. Who are these people? Who are your mentors? Who do you really look up to? Know who these are. Get a picture of them immediately. Put them on your refrigerator. Put them on your wall. Put them on your front door. Put them on your back door. Put them on your window, wherever it is, your bathroom. Remember who your mentor is. Seek mentorship. In other words, someone who can champion you. Usually someone who you look up to and admire is because you possess the very same qualities or traits as that person. And so you seek to develop and emulate, and that is your strength. So oftentimes, if you've been in a relationship with a malignant narcissist or a psychopath, you do not know your strength. You have not experienced it. It is time to experience a better life now. And look at these things. What can you do to sort of clear out the mental and emotional cobwebs? It doesn't mean that you have to exhaust yourself, but what changes can you make that will better feed and prime your subconscious mind for happiness, prosperity, and living the life that you want versus the life that you don't want? This is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. I hope that these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe, and for goodness sake, please donate for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support. Have a beautiful day. Peace be with you.